Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy KPR bringing you guys another video, and today I will be making it on Illari since she is the newest addition to this season, and I've gotten to play her much more now. But that's if one of my teammates doesn't steal her first. She's definitely a must-pick character right now due to her turret being able to burst out some insane healing. I usually average around 6k plus with her turret. I know that it got nerfed, but it was by like 10 health, and they're looking into nerfing her even more. If they want to nerf the turret, they should nerf the rate that it heals you at, because it's still pretty fast for heals even though they basically nerfed the turret by 25%. The other thing that was nerfed was her ult, but no cap, it was just the radius of the ball, because the explosion radius afterwards is still pretty massive. They also took away the fact that it would just phase through shields, which was good because that was just insane. Her ult went from high S tier to low S tier. When enemies are hit with the ball or blast radius, you must deal around 100 damage in order to proc the Sunstruck effect, which does 100 damage and can keep chaining to other Sunstruck players, making it plausible to do around 500 damage to each of the enemies, securing an easy team wipe. A tip I will give you right away with her ult is to be wary of Diva Matrix, cause for some whack ass reason, the radius for her to absorb your ult is so insane, so make sure if you see a Diva to wait out the ult till she drops Matrix, otherwise you're going to end up getting merked and wasting your ult. Next thing I want to talk about are her abilities. She's able to use her first ability called Outburst, which launches you in the direction you are moving, but not by too much. If you jump, you're able to move much more vertically, but nothing insane. This also pushes back enemies, so also use this ability to try and get some aggro off of you, and hopefully it buys a bit of time for you to land some headshots or for your team to save you. I use this ability more to get somewhere higher or to a place faster, but use it as you see fit since you are able to knock people off the map and secure some kills with it. Next ability is her turret, and this is the one that most people struggle with because their turret placement is so dog water. I hate seeing an Illari just throw out their turret so stupidly that lets enemies just shoot it from afar without getting punished for doing so. What I do is put it somewhere enemies have to go out of their way to get the turret and punishes them for doing that. Usually it's somewhere high up at the wall since the radius of the turret tagging teammates is very huge, and it throws off aggro off of you and lets you get a free pick since they have to shoot the turret down. I will most likely make a video where I show some useful turret spots in order for you guys to know where to put it specifically, sometime tomorrow most likely. But as long as you guys put it somewhere up high, or in a place that an enemy has to go out of their way to get the turret and be punished for it, then you should be good. Remember that in order to play a good Illari, your turret must be up at least 90% of the time and at least be hitting 6 to 8k heals in a 10-minute match. Now that I'm done talking about her abilities, I want to talk about the next thing, which are her heals and her damage output. So basically, she can heal for about 120 a second, which is the most heals in the game out of all the healers. It is really good, but you can only do this for 3 seconds, and if you run out of heals, then it will lock you out for another additional 3 seconds for it to like refill. This does suck, so you must monitor the way you heal. Like if you see that you're about to run out of heals, it's better to let go of it and hopefully the teammate doesn't get murked in that little time frame. But it's more useful to do that because you'll be locked out of heals for 3 seconds and then they'll be like, yo, why weren't you healing me? Like, you weren't healing me at all. What the hell? You know, and then they'll try to blame you for it. But it was just their dog ass that couldn't get the kill, you know? Even though they had like heals on them. So yeah, just make sure to watch out for that. Monitor your heals, and you should know when to heal as well. Because it's really annoying when you run into an Illari and they just run out of heals so often. Like I've seen it happen so many times already in matches, and I get really annoyed because people just shoot out their heals for like a long ass time thinking that they'll be able to like out heal everything. However, then they run out and then their team gets murked and everyone just gets wiped. It's just really annoying to see that. Because she is such a good healer, but it's such a high skill ceiling healer, that's the problem. Next is her DPS. She can do around 112 damage to the head, and it's very good. You can definitely DPS a lot with her, but just make sure to maintain the heals or take the heals into consideration. So basically if you see a teammate that's critical, make sure to actually heal them. Don't ignore them because sometimes DPSing does not help you out at all. That one teammate that you could have saved right there could have changed it. Like he could have gotten like 2 picks at least, especially if they were like a tank. So make sure to keep your tank up if you see them crit. Since you have 120 heals a second, you'll definitely be able to out heal most ults, so just keep that in mind. But make sure not to waste it all like I mentioned before. DPSing does not always help, like for BAP, like I see people say shoot heal, shoot heal, shoot heal. But the problem is with that is that most people that like are told that are like in lower lobbies and that's what they try to do, so they most likely will miss that big ass grenade radius. They somehow miss that radius. Like, bro, like, don't tell them to shoot heal, shoot heal. Tell them to just focus on one thing, and then once they climb up higher, to do that thing. Like, it's just so annoying seeing a BAP DPSing a lot. And it can also be annoying for an Illari, unless your turret is up like how I mentioned 90% of the time. If it's up that much, she can definitely get away with DPSing more than a BAP would. Dude, I almost forgot to mention, also her ult, if you heal much more often, you're able to get her ult super fast. Like, you'll notice it once you start healing more, like how insane her ult charge is. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that will get nerfed, especially because her ult is like such a high tier one. So yeah, make sure to be healing, and you should be getting ult pretty frequently. Like, you'll see throughout my match right here, or you've seen throughout my match right here that I've been getting it pretty often, and it's actually pretty fun to use just because like you're able to get a bunch of team wipes. So anyways, I believe that was it. Everything I want to talk about. Don't DPS as much. Heal your teammates. You can carry your team. Y'all got this. With that being said, have a good day. Stay safe. Later.